Hi guys, this is a review for the test tomorrow, Friday, October 3rd. It is a review of all the grammar we've done to date, but it does not include punctuating dialogue, which is Unit 1.5. This is only Unit 1, Parts 1 through 5. So make sure that you have looked at all the directions because on the test I am going to require you to do all of these things for each sentence, and each one will count for a point. Let's look at number 1. Upper St. Clair is an excellent school. I would ask myself on each of these questions, this question first. I would ask myself, what kind of verb do I have? Because that's going to make all the difference in the world. Do I have a linking verb or do I have an action verb? And here's why. Look at the first one. The first one is. It's a linking verb. And the reason why it's a linking verb is because it is all by itself. It is not next to an action. It's on the linking verb list. Am, are, is, was, were, be, been, being. And you can't is. It's not an action you can do. Now that I know that I have a linking verb, that tells me that I cannot have direct and indirect objects after it because direct and indirect objects only come after action verbs. So I may, not definitely, but I may have a predicate nominative after it. So let's see. My subject, what is? Upper St. Clair is. Upper St. Clair is my subject. And now let's see if I have a predicate nominative after it. Is there any noun after the linking verb that renames what Upper St. Clair is? Yes, it is our school. School is our predicate nominative. Excellent is just an adjective describing the predicate nominative school. I did not cross out any prepositional phrases because there were not any. So let's go to number 2. Fort Couch has been educating kids in 7th and 8th grades for many years. Looks like a confusing sentence until you get rid of your prepositional phrases. In what? In 7th and 8th grade. For what? For many years. Well, that eliminates a whole bunch of words. Now this is a lot more simple. So let's again take a look at our verb. Do we have a linking verb or do we have an action verb? We have an action verb. Educate is an action. And it has 2 helping verbs that go along with it. Okay, now that I have an action verb, I know I can't have a predicate nominative because predicate nominatives only come after linking verbs. But after action verbs, I may have a direct object, I may have an indirect object, or I may have both. Let's see. Fort Couch has been educating. Direct objects receive the action. What is getting educated? Kids are the thing receiving that educating. So that is the direct object. There is no indirect object because indirect objects come in between action verbs and direct objects, and there is no other word there. So we know we only have a direct object in that sentence. In number 3, the teachers in our district give kids a great education. Okay, let's cross out our prepositional phrase in what? In our district. And that leaves us with what kind of verb? Giving. Giving is an action verb. Who gives? The teachers give. Oh, you know what? I just realized I didn't do it up above. I'm sorry. For has been educating. Who has been educating? Fort Couch. That was our subject. Sorry about that. Back down to number 3. Who gives? The teachers give. That's our subject. Since we have an action verb, it means we could have a direct object or an indirect object after it. Let's see. What are the teachers giving? The teachers are giving education. They're not giving kids away. They're giving education away. So what receives the action give? What receives the action give is the education. The teachers give education. To whom are they giving that education? They're giving that education to kids. Kids is our indirect object. Remember again, indirect objects, if there are any, are in between verbs and direct objects. Number 4, the students at Fort Couch enjoy their classes. Okay, prepositional phrase at Fort Couch, action verb enjoy. Who enjoys? The students enjoy. That's our subject. Maybe I have a direct object after this action verb. What do they enjoy? They enjoy their classes. There is no indirect object. Our classrooms are brand new. The verb is linking verb are. And what are, the classrooms are, that's our subject. After linking verbs, you may have a predicate nominative. Let's see, is there a noun after the linking verb that renames the classrooms? No. Brand and new are not nouns. They are adjectives. Remember, sometimes after linking verbs we have predicate nominatives, but sometimes we just have adjectives. Sometimes the linking verb is simply linking the subject to an adjective. So while you don't have to identify those adjectives on the test, you do need to realize that there was no predicate nominative in this sentence. There does not have to be. In number 6, the field will attract many kids for football. Let's cross out the prepositional phrase. Attract is an action verb. You can attract things. Helping verb will. What will attract? The field will attract. After an action verb, we might have a direct object or indirect object. Do we have a direct object? Attract what? Yes, the field attracts kids. It does attract kids. And we do not have an indirect object. Mr. Demar gave Mrs. Peterson an office beside his. Prepositional phrase is beside his. Action verb is gave. Who gave? Mr. Demar gave. What did Mr. Demar give? He didn't give Mrs. Peterson away. He gave an office away. So office is the direct object. To whom did he give that office? To Mrs. Peterson. She's the indirect object. Number 8, the guidance counselors are great people to see for help. For help is a prepositional phrase. To see, I don't know if you remember this, but to see is not a prepositional phrase because see is not a noun. Prepositional phrases need to end in nouns. To see is to plus a verb, and we call those infinitives. And right now we're just going to do nothing with those. The verb is a linking verb, and it is are. What are? Counselors are. After a linking verb, you may have a predicate nominative. You may not. Let's see if there's a noun after are that renames the counselors. There is. People. People are counselors. Counselors are people. People is our predicate nominative. Advisor time is a fun period during the week. Prepositional phrase, linking verb, subject. After the linking verb, we do have a predicate nominative. It is a period. The period is advisor time. Advisor time is the period. They rename each other. Last one. Hard work and dedication are the tools for success. Are is my linking verb. I have 2 subjects, work and dedication. They're idea nouns. You can't see them, but they are things. And let's see if there's a noun after the linking verb that renames what work and dedication are. Yeah, work and dedication are tools. They're tools for success. So the predicate nominative is tools. The tools are work and dedication. Work and dedication are the tools. They rename each other. If you have any questions, feel free to send me an email. Feel free to see me in homeroom tomorrow morning. Panther time. Tomorrow is club, so that won't work. But homeroom would be fine, or an email. Thanks.